In this video, we're going to learn to solve rational equation. And before we start, I just want to say that first note is that the equation contains the equal sign and an expression does not. For this expression, we don't have the equal sign, so we just only simplify an expression. For equation, we have equal sign, so we can solve for x or solve for any variable. Okay, so please pay attention to that. And to solve a rational equation, we're going to follow this 5 steps here to help us to solve for the equation. First step is to list all restricted values. Step 2, determine the LCD of all determinators in the equation. Multiply the equation by LCD. Then step 4, solve for the equation. And step 3, we look at the equation and see if our solution is the restricted value or not. If it is, then we have to discard it. Now, another note that I have here is important to understand that to solve equation contain a rational expression, clear the fraction by multiply both sides of the equation by LCD of all the fraction. That is on step 3 here that we're using. Right here, that's the reason why we have to multiply the LCD to the equation, because we want to be clear the fraction. Okay, so let's look at the example. So here's the example I have. This is the equation. This is a rational equation because it has equal sign. Right? Now to solve for that, I'm using the step that I mentioned earlier, step 1 from here. So step 1, we need to determine the restricted value. So I see that the x here and 2x here. So the restricted value is 0 because x cannot equal to 0, because if x equal to 0, I have 2 over 0, which is undefined. So x cannot equal to 0 in this case. Step 2, we're looking for LCD. Here is the first denominator, here's the second one. X and 2x here are unique. So this is 2x, 2 times x, and 2 times x, 2 and x are factor. So 2 and x are unique factors, so we take all of them. So LCD would be 2x. Then step 3, we multiplied both sides by LCD. So I take the LCD 2x, multiply to the whole equation. Then now we simplify the equation by distribute the 2x in here, like that. So I got this, and then do the same thing here. So I have 2x minus 2x times x minus 3 over 2x. And we do the same thing to the other side. And then we divide out the factors to simplify the equation. So in this, you have 2 term here. This is minus sign between here. So this term here, you cancel out the x. For this one here, I cancel out both 2x. So I left with, when I cancel this x out, I left with 2 times 2 is 4. And for this one, we cancel out 2x here. Cancel out. So I got x minus 3. Right here, I cancel out the x. Like that. So I got 2 times 2 is 4 here. So the minus between here, I bring it down to minus. Over here, I take 2x times 3 is 6x. Now I'm going to solve for equation by distributive the minus inside the x inside here. So I have 4 minus x plus 3 equal to 6x. then I have 7 minus x equal to 6x. So I'm going to plus x both sides. So I have 7 equal to 7x. To solve for x, I divide by 7. So x equal to 1. Exactly what I got here. Okay, now because x equal to 1 is not the restricted value, so we do not discard it. So our answer is x equal to 1. Let's try to next example, do the same thing. So first step is we're going to find the restricted value, and to do that we're going to factor the 9 minus 8a squared. And to do that, remember, as a reminder, you have a squared minus b squared. We can factor out as a minus b times a plus b. So in this case here, the 9 can rewrite as 3 squared. So I'm using this identity to factor out as 3 minus a times 3 plus a from here. So this guy is equal to that. So you see that the restricted values should be 3, because if a equal to 3, 3 minus 3 is 0 here. Or a, this case here, the restricted value also can be equal to minus 3, because 3 plus minus 3 is 0. So the best way to do is I take this denominator, 3 minus a times 3 plus a, put equal to 0. Because restricted value, pretty much we're looking for any value that make the denominator equal to 0. That's why we set it equal to 0. So I have 3 minus a equal to 0, or 3 plus a equal to 0. So right here a equal to minus 3, right here a equal to 3. Okay, so these are the two values of a that make the denominator equal to 0. So the restricted value should be 3 and minus 3. That's our first step. The second step, we're going to find the LCD. So we have this denominator, which is the same as 3 minus a times 3 plus a. Then this denominator here is 3 plus a and 3 minus a. The LCD in this case would be 3 minus a times 3 plus a. Now we can take the LCD multiply to the whole equation. Time So I multiply the LCD to the whole equation. So now I take the LCD here times in here. So I have 3 minus a times 3 plus a multiply this term. Then I take this time this term. Equal to this side here. I just copy everything down. Okay, now we're going to simplify. So you see that this here can simplify because I have a common factor here. I can simplify like that. And this term here, I'm going to simplify this. And over here, I'm going to simplify this and cancel out. So now for this term, I have left with, I also cancel it out too. So I have 3 plus a and 3 plus a cancel out too. So I have 12. So I have 12 plus, for this term here, I left with 3 times 3 minus a. So I have 3 here times 3 minus a. Equal over here, I left with 2 times 3 plus a. And we simplify. Include distribute this in here. I have 9 minus 3a equal to 6 plus 2a. I will continue to simplify more. So here I can add together. Got 21. Let's copy this straight down. And plus 3a both sides. So I have 6 plus 5a. Over here I have 21 left. Then to solve for a, we'll minus 6 both sides. Now I divide by 5. So a equal to 3. I can cancel out. Okay, then our last step is check back to our problem. I notice that a equals 3. This 3 here is the restricted value. I'm going to go back right here. This was our restricted value. So that means 3 cannot be the solution. So this problem here have no solution, because when you solve for a, the answer come out as 3, which is the restricted value. So we have to discard it. So now our answer is no solution. Let's try next example. Next example, we're going to learn to solving formulas. if a formula contains a rational expression, we can solve it for a given variable by using the step for solving a rational equation. So let's look at example number 3. I have 1 over f equal to 1 over c plus 1 over d, and we want to solve for d. Now to solve for d, first we're looking for LCD. So the LCD for this equation is c times d times f, because the denominator here is f, d, c, all unique, so I take all of them. So the LCD. And now we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by LCD. I just copy the equation down. So I'm going to multiply this here by LCD. And over here, like that. So now I'm going to distribute this in here and there. So I have 1 over c times c df plus 1 over d times c df. Over here, look, it's copy straight down. And then now we're going to simplify. This term multiplied by 1 over f. So don't forget there's invisible one here, down here. So now to simplify, I can simplify the f because the common factor f. Same thing over here. You can just, if you like, you can put the over 1 so you can see that you actually multiply 2 fractions and you can simplify. I cancel out the common factor of c. C got cancel out. And same thing here. You can cancel out d. D is the common factor, so you cancel out. So now we're left with CD equal to DF plus CF. Now to solve for D, we must get both terms that contain D on the same side of the equal sign. So what I'm going to do is I like to move this term here to have D to other side here by minus DF. So now we have both two terms that have D on the same side that we want. Now because I cannot really subtract these two terms, the only way to solve for D is to factor out the D. And to solve for D, we'll divide by C minus F, C minus F. And this cancel out. We left with D equal to C times F over C minus F. This is our answer.